And so, with my pulling of my NEL dupes finally done and sealed away, I think it is time we actually try the character out. We are, of course, just going to be taking her into the content that exists in terms, we want to do something that's a little, glazing. We want to see her at her best. We want to see her do big numbers. So we're going to take our dupe to NEL, who again is getting 20% thrust damage, 50% increased damage on all battlefield skill, and of course the very important 3 points of battle will whenever actually using her ultimate, which is going to be huge to making her rotations smooth. We also have the crit damage bonus, which is going to go up to 80% crit damage for the entire team every time she uses any of her abilities during Resurrection, which is going to be pretty easy to manage, of course. I expect her to be absolutely insane. We'll take a quick look at the stats. 5,000 attack, 81% crit rate when she has her actual skill active once in battle, 113% rather crit damage, and a little bit of ailment damage on top. We still do not have the actual bonus bond here, so we will be getting a bunch more stats. But yeah, I think we're gonna get into something. So hopefully this stands as like should you pull more, should you not pull more. I am definitely not regretting my choice to have pulled, though. If you were wondering, I am at 2300 Jade, the lowest Jade anyone has seen my account at thus far. Reminder that I am free to play, so this was my free to play splurge. I will probably be skipping the next character to release, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Chinese New Year's will be so fortuitous that I won't have to skip it all. That's yet to be seen, though, so until then we'll have to play it by ear. But yeah, NEL feels like she's going to be everything that we expected. Of course, remembering that she did get the bug fixes and buffs from the recent patch. So without further ado, let's get into the actual fight. And we get into the fight proper now, getting into some big damage tings. And my god, that girl NEL is good. If it is any surprise at all at this point, I mean, after the buffs, after the bug fixes, I know this is coming out like a day or two after those things actually landed, especially for Global, who got it delayed. But I mean, even with a few mistakes here and there, I mean, we literally missed the first counterattack there, which is, I mean, that's important. Like, not getting the counters off here, and because we're not rocking a full kitted out boundary duped every character, we can't really do enough just frontline damage to ignore the mechanic. We actually do have to do the mechanic, so not getting the first one does delay us a bit. And this run is still crazy. I mean, she literally just dropped out 3.1 million there. She's doing a ton of damage here. Like, we got crits going off. We got easy swaps. Again, we go straight into the actual ultimate because we have bonus points from the actual boundary one, and we're able to snare the ult, hit him for 7.5 million on the first go around, which is big. I think that says we're at 57 million and we've only gotten him spiritually broken one time. I mean, I don't know if that's good to you, but that's certainly a lot of damage to me. I don't feel like I'm usually hitting 50 million the first time I get a spiritual break on one of these bosses. But like I said, I pick these. I always pick this as like a showcase event. One, because I do like the, bits and bobs that you have to parry, and I don't know. I like being able to break and actually do rotations rather than going into the, the like a Kaku training mode and just like hitting him, because there's something that obviously the numbers get inflated because doing these bosses you do a lot of damage, but there's something about the activeness of having to parry, of having to move around, of having to do these things, of having to get perfect dodges and stuff like that. It just feels like I'm getting a better handle on what the actual character is up to. I like the fluidity. I like the feeling of using the character in an active environment. And yeah, 9.8 million there. So what I imagine happened there is that I definitely had all 4 of the crit damage buffs up, so we must have been rocking 80 million there. And I mean, it's just buzzsaw, dude. 150 million currently, if you look on the top left there. Like, it is buzzsaw, buzzsaw, buzzsaw. And the only thing that changed between now and the last time I did this is getting the 2 boundaries. So, you know, gear has remained relatively the same. Stats remained relatively the same. We're essentially done building the character. I don't have that much interest in trying to perfect gear. I'd rather just start working on other characters, saving resources, etc., rather than trying to pile on resources where I don't have them. We go straight into the ult, and notice how we're not having to wait on ulting anymore. Full points there. We are going to spend, and we get a nice swap out there. Go for the dodge, snag an ult, and I believe we should be able to get in a parry here because we do know it's falling on our head. Tops. Yes, sir. And we get the break, which is going to really, really, really pack on our damage here. So we're getting all of our crit damage buffs. I think that's the thing that's happening in the, if you see the top of our health bar, that little one right there, that should be it. And oh, 6.4 million on that one. And like I say, just buzzsaw, is it not? Like, we have far pummeled our previous like records into the ground with this. She is just so strong. And I think the thing that's so strong about her is that I don't think B2 Aizen replicates this. Maybe that's just me, but I think B4 Aizen replicates this, but I do not think B2 Aizen replicates this. So if you're wondering, like, okay, I've got B0 Aizen, B0 NEL, and maybe I'm looking to low spend or I'm free to play and I have a bunch of resources left, I'm pretty sure this is like a NEL thing. I think Aizen gets this good later, so it feels like NEL will just end up being more bang for your buck, but we are coming in on the end, and as you can see, our numbers are just out of this world. Getting off the last bits of damage, obviously doing much less damage now because we are wrapping up here. You tell 79,000 on that ultimate, not very much at all. And yeah, let's we're gonna take it to the numbers right after this final little gasp of damage, this final little gasp of DPS, and we'll see at the numbers. And there we have it. Boundary 2 NEL against the weekly boss goes up for 116 million, with Geen doing 109 million, which is pretty staggering. I mean, considering that Geen has not changed at all in his build essentially since the last time you saw him, I mean, yeah, I mean, he doesn't change at all. Like, the only real difference, if we're taking a look, is that NEL is just amazing. Like, Boundary 2 NEL really does make the difference. I mean, this is higher than my Kenpachi run, certainly. What's the max I've hit on Kenpachi? Is it like 89 million, 90 something million? So typically Kenpachi will have about 100 million or so, and in this case NEL has 116 million by herself, completely by herself. I think she has out damaged my total damage scores of the last few weeks. So if that isn't a glowing review of what this character does, I don't know what could really be. I mean, she just has so many damage instances that are just amazing. 23.84 million here and 22.67 million here. 67. And while that doesn't add up specifically, I believe that we're not actually getting the total right here for the 22 million. That is like a number that doesn't equate to the whole picture due to it just not showing up on the actual, what is it, the actual graph. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like 78 seconds to do 116 million damage is absolutely nuts. We'll go into her gear just to show what she's working with and close this one out. But I mean, 200, that's the highest I've ever gotten by far. 15 spot is 15. This is the very beginning though, so obviously this is like this is, you know, product of change or whatever. It's like, you know, it's definitely going to change, but this is team ranking. I did it solo, so I'm in the top 15 team ranking solo, I was 8 million off of all 3 of these guys' runs. Not to put anyone on like blast here. I just want to like make all 3 of these guys combined. Were there any whales in there, I wonder? No, not really. Pretty modest. So one solo NEL run with Boundary 2 equals 3 players in total. That's crazy. And here we have, I'm top 2, and when we compare to this person who has a B6 Geen, right? So, I mean, and also Boundary 2 NEL. So, you know, like I said, if it obviously, like I said, there's not like a ton of rankings in or anything, but this person has 330 million more total damage than me, and the next person to us is 130 million damage down for me. I mean, it's good to be NEL, I'll say that. She is everything that we could have thought she was. She is every bit as powerful as we thought she was. I can't really say anything but that. It comes through, right? It comes through. This is the reason we pull. This is the reason that you save for certain characters if you want them, and so on and so forth. I think this is just going to be a character we use for a long time, and I don't see why you wouldn't really want to make NEL that character. Obviously, you should just pick who you prefer. It's definitely up to your, up to your preference. But yeah, this damage is so crazy. Considering a lot of my Setos actually went off while he was getting a damage reduction, still was doing in the millions. Rebirth Amid Calamity is crazy. NEL is by far the strongest character on my account. Even if I was to compare her to Aizen, getting the energy here wouldn't really be the same as how much damage she's doing on her 1, and then this one's just not very good. This one makes him smooth, and this one is like kind of whatever, and then this one is absolutely absurd. Whereas with NEL, for those same 2 points, you're getting something that's insanely powerful, and you're getting something that's insanely powerful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they were thinking with NELs, because compare that to Geens. Gain 3 technique points immediately when entering battle. Now, obviously you get the release if you ult, but imagine if there was like every time you did the counter attack associated with this character, you got the 3 technique points. That's like what NEL's doing. Like her ulting, I don't know. It's kind of nuts. I don't really know what to say other than this character feels insane. Level 100, her skills are all maxed. Weapon is Ascension 1, and Core Stamp Ascension 2, by the way. Pretty good. I'm going to continue to pump this one up because it does increase the type resistance debuff, as well as giving her flat ult damage. So we'll continue to, use Core Stamps on that, mostly because we want to get the Core Stamp guarantee that the event offers. I don't want to miss out on that. Even as a free-to-play player, I don't want to miss out on that. So still not working with the full bond effect, by the way. And here is my gear. I'm just going to go over this real quick, and then we're going to go over the totals, so you can pause if you want to see my gear. Again, I said that my 2 and 1 slot have 1 stat that is completely useless each. Arguably 2 stats, because ult recharge rate does not seem to be that powerful. So definitely attainable gear. If I had attack percent on those pieces instead, doubling up on attack, doubling up on crit rate or crit damage, it would definitely be better. 56% crit actually is 81% crit because of her 25% passive. Crit damage is 113%, and ailment damage is 57% without the actual the bonus she gets for having this right here. Yeah, the bond right here. So pretty good character. What do you guys think? That's a good character? I think that's a pretty good character. I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me, right? So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna do some dailies. 220 million, 28 million, in fact. That's an LL. And just to actually, let me just cap off by saying, Geen 35,000 power, Rangiku 22,000 power. Geen having no bonuses, I believe. Yeah, Ascension 1 stamp. Here's his stamps are all level 30, but no boundaries at all, no weapon ascension at all. So yeah, pretty crazy, pretty nuts. I've been Lone though. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to join the club. We all go make it, and peace.